What's going on, YouTube family? I have to say I have missed you all so very much. I know I've been gone, missing off the face of the planet again, and but this time I have a good reason why, and I definitely want to share with you all what I've been up to. And so, just for starters, I have really been going through some changes, guys. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. I've been going through some changes, and change is good. I know we as human beings, we like to hold on to what's comfortable, but let me just assure you, just in case you're at a point in your life where you're experiencing some changes, go with it. Change is awesome. Change is where it's at, because of course if you're not changing, you're not growing. So let's talk about the changes that I've been experiencing. All right. 3 journeys that your girl has been embarking upon in the last few months, which have caused me to not be able to really spend a lot of time on YouTube. All right, journey number 1 is my change in my diet. I have been, in the last few months, teeter-tottering between veganism and vegetarianism. Now, before you judge me, give me a second to explain. I am not one of those bandwagon type people. Hopefully you know from my channel that I'm all about freedom and not being in bondage to anybody, not being easily manipulated by society or by media, and making my own choices, right? But I just had a monumental birthday back in July. And with that birthday came a lot of wisdom and a lot of insight. And one thing that I realized I really needed to work on was what it was that I was putting in my body. I'm a firm believer that our bodies are temples. And so my body is not even my own. It belongs to God, and I got to treat it with a lot of respect. You are what you eat, despite what people try to tell you. And if you want your body to last, if you plan to be around for a while, you might want to take note of what you're putting in there. So listen up. I noticed in the last few months that my body is just not responding to dairy and to meat the way that it once used to. Back in the day, I could eat whatever I wanted to. I could eat the processed foods. I could eat the fast food. I could eat all the sugary stuff, and it would not impact or affect me at all. Had my little birthday, joined the old lady club, and now my metabolism has slowed down and my digestive system is all out of whack. And so I realized, okay, it's time to make some changes. My body's changing. Things are slowing down as they typically do as we age. And so I have to make some adjustments. I realized through inventory and observation and just knowing your body and kind of paying attention to how things would respond, that anytime I ate dairy, anytime I ate meat, I just was not, and pardon me because it's kind of graphic, but I just was not as regular. You know what I'm saying? And just having a hard time just pooping. Like, we need to poop, people. Let's be real. Hopefully everybody's watching this is an adult. So I mean, it's not nasty at all. We need to let go of waste. And I was just having a hard time doing that. And I just realized I wasn't feeling good. I was feeling lethargic. I was always kind of moping around. I was feeling too full and just not having the energy, and just, it was a bad time. And I realized, oh my gosh, this is as a result of the food that you're putting in your body. So you've got to make some changes. And so it was not overnight. It was a transition. Now, I first started off by doing only fruit and veggies Monday through Friday and nothing else. You know, of course I do my beans and my nuts and stuff like that, but I was not doing any dairy and I was not doing any meat on the weekdays. But then on the weekend, I would have my little cheat meals. And so then that's when I had my ice cream and my cheese and whatever meat I wanted to eat. And it was cool for a season, but then I started to realize, this is not enough. And I had a particular weekend where I must have overindulged, and I'm telling you, I was feeling horrible. I mean, your girl was feeling just downright nasty. And so I said, hold on, wait a minute. This is this is not gonna work at all. And so I decided that day, I said, I'm gonna have to just take a break from that stuff for a while. And so I decided, okay, I just gotta let it go. And then I don't know if this is gonna be a permanent change. I don't know if this is just for right now, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm not missing it. It's been kind of easy. And the reason I say I'm teeter-tottering between the two is because, you know, I'm not doing it for ethical reasons. And a lot of times vegans are going hard in the paint because they are sensitive to the animals. They, you know, they feel bad about these slaughterhouses and things of that nature. And don't get me wrong, I have a heart, you know, like that stuff really does bother me too. But I can't make that kind of commitment that I would never use any animal-based products, period. Like I'm not at that point right now. And also, the reason behind my change is not because I see meat and I just tense up. No, it still look good to me, but the reason is because I'm trying to make healthier decisions for myself. And I just don't think that things are manufactured. I don't think that things are made. I don't think animals are fed. And I just don't think things are done the way they used to be done. So I think the stuff that we're eating now is a bit more toxic than it used to be. And let me just serve notice to you, just because something is served at the grocery store or at a restaurant, that does not make it okay. That does not make it something that is a healthy choice for you. And so one of my lifelong dreams, and I hope to see it one day, is that I will never be dependent upon medication. When I leave this earth, I would like to be medication free, if at all possible. And so I feel like I am taking those steps towards that future goal. And so now your girl is on a multivitamin that I make sure I take daily. I have upped the ante on my water intake. Like, I'm drinking water all throughout the day. I even have an app to remind me to drink water. Of course, I don't do milk, so I'm doing almond milk and water. That's it. I'm not drinking all those sugary sodas and juices and all that. I'm not even going there, okay? So I'll just leave that stuff alone. I'm taking a probiotic because, as I mentioned before, I need to poop for real. And I'm also taking something called CLA, and it's a supplement that I read up on. It's getting a lot of buzz in the media because it apparently burns belly fat. And so I'm all for that. Belly fat is not sexy. And so I'm like, okay, let me try it. It's all natural, and there hasn't been any research to indicate any side effects or anything of that nature. So if it's natural, you know, I'll try it. So that's where I am with my diet. Again, I don't know how long this is gonna last. I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm not trying to sell you on cutting out the meat, because if your body is doing well with it, you know, God bless you, keep going for it. But for me, you know, I had to make a change based on what I was experiencing. So there's that. The first journey is me transitioning and really just eating more of a plant-based diet. I encourage that for everybody, to load your plate with greens and make it colorful. Get all the veggies that you can as much as possible, because we need that nutrients. We need those vitamins, and I don't feel like many of us are getting a well-balanced meal, okay? So there's that. I'm so enjoying this journey because I'm learning so many new recipes. I'm learning alternatives for meat, and unfortunately I do live in a rural area, so I don't have a Whole Foods or Trader Joe's near me, but I'm making do. I'm making it work, and it's coming together. So I'm really excited about it. My family doesn't even know, and so when I see the fam for Thanksgiving, it's gonna be like, so you can't have a piece of turkey? But it's all good. I know they're gonna be supportive. All right, journey number 2. Second thing that your girl is embarking upon is a fitness journey. Now, I don't want to be all dramatic with it, because the truth of the matter is I have been on and off with the fitness journey for several years. I was in the best shape of my life actually just a year ago. I ran my very first half marathon. It was amazing. I was very much intentional about getting up at 5 a.m. every morning and just literally kicking butt. Like I would get out there and I would get it done. I was putting in work. I got so many running shoes that have so many miles on them, and I'm just so proud of that, because for one, I love running, but for two, it's an investment again into my future. I know that we only get one shot with this body, and so why not push it to the limits? Why not see what it can do? Why not cultivate it into something you can be proud of? And why not, like, get out there and be active? It's a good thing, and it gives you such a high. I mean, you get such a high from working out. I'm so serious about it. So anyways, said that to say, you know, there was a point where I kind of fell off. And it was around the time when I graduated from grad school and I started my new career. I moved to a new state. I just gradually stopped working out the way that I had once been working out. And I mean, I was dedicated before, and then I kind of just got engrossed in my job, and so it was not a priority for me anymore. But when I hit that monumental birthday and I looked down and it was all sorts of stuff going on that I was not okay with, I said, hold on, wait a minute, let me get my life together. So as frugal as I am, I went ahead and gave up the coins and I joined the gym. And I do encourage people to join the gym, simply because if you're like me and you don't like giving people money just for nothing, you're gonna go because you're gonna see that money coming out the account every month, and you're gonna go, oh wow, so you taking all my money. Let me go in and make sure it's worth my while. So right now I'm committing myself to at least 3 days a week, come what may, no matter what. Even if I have to leave work for a lunch break and then go to the gym and come back, I'm gonna make sure I get my 3 days in, if nothing more but to just get my money's worth, okay? So definitely hitting the gym. And I do have an event coming up that I'm gonna run in November. I'm actually teaming up with my sisters. I have 3 biological sisters that I'm going to be running with in an event in November, so I'm super excited about that. For 2 of them, it will be their first time running in this sort of thing, so it's just going to be super amazing. And so I do encourage you, if you're the type of person who kind of falls off the bandwagon, you'll be working out at one point and then you'll kind of fall back off of it, obligate yourself to things that will hold you accountable. Every time I do a running event, I want to be prepared for it. I ain't trying to be out there and get embarrassed. So I prepare. I make sure I am running consistently, because when it's time to perform, I want to do well. So if you commit yourself to something, some kind of challenge, or, you know, some kind of accountability with other people, you are more likely to stick to it. So there's a little tip there. So yeah, getting my little fitness on, trying to get my little stuff together, and, you know, just be the best version of me possible. That's what it's all about. It ain't about competing with anybody else. I'm not trying to look like nobody else. I'm not trying to do what somebody else is doing. Let me share this with you all. I'm not even on any form of social media other than YouTube. A lot of you ask a lot of times, you know, do you have an Instagram? Do you have a Facebook? How can we reach you other than YouTube? There is no other way to get to me. This is all I have as of right now. And there's so much freedom in not having those forms of social media, because we as a society get so distracted by what other people are doing. We want to look like everybody else. We want to dress like everyone else. We want to have hair like everyone else. We want to talk like other people. We want to have the same house and the same car. And it's always competition. And it's like, if you just focus on being the best version of you and being content with your portion, with what God has given you, oh, it makes life so less complicated. Like, it's just, you feel fulfilled and you don't feel like you gotta compete. You're not jealous, and you're still happy for other people, but that's not your focus. Your focus is on you. And so yeah, that's just a little side note. The day that I got off Instagram was the best day of my life, and I have not looked back, and I have not missed it. And it's like, I don't really care what anybody else is doing. I'm trying to do me, you know what I mean? So anyways, journey number 3, the third thing that your girl is getting into as of late. And this is the thing that I am most thrilled about. This is the thing that has been taking up the most of my time. And this is the thing that I'm just so anxious to share with you all. And I kind of feel like it was put on my heart tonight to share this with you. My third journey is a spiritual journey. Y'all, let me just say, For those of you who know the name of this channel, Salt and Light, and if you have any kind of, I guess, knowledge of the Bible or knowledge of Christianity, you know what my name means already. And so I'm going to get more into that later on. But on my birthday, it was actually a Sunday, and I was in a church service, and you know, it was a beautiful service, and we get to the part where my bishop comes to minister, and he speaks the word, and I promise you, I was just sitting in my seat like, say what? I mean, every single thing he was saying to me was just touching me in such a way. And I was like, God is so using this man right now, because it was speaking directly to me. And it really helped me that day to realize that it's time to tap into your purpose. Why are you here? What are you contributing to this world? And I thought about my name, and I said, girl, you are supposed to be salt and light. You are supposed to be bringing glory to God in everything that you do. You know, are you really living up to that name? Are you really using your life and using your platform? Yes, this is set up for locks and hair, and yeah, hair is awesome, and I'm still digging the dreads. However, my purpose, the reason I was birthed, the reason that I came into this existence is to bring glory and honor to my creator. So I'm like, whoa, are you even doing that? Are you even fulfilling that part of you? And it's crazy because, just to give you a little history, I've been a born-again believer. I've been a Christian for about 20 years or more. I was raised in the church. I spent a lot of time in Bible study, in choir rehearsal, in Sunday morning service, in Sunday night service. Like, I am no stranger to Jesus. But it's crazy because at some parts and some I say seasons in my life, I feel like I just I didn't backslide, but I was just not making him a priority. I was kind of falling away from him. And I was making relationship with friends and relationship with, a man or whatever more important than my relationship with the creator, with my father, with the one who died on a cross for me, with the one who loves me unconditionally and who will do anything for me, the one who knows me best. I'm like kind of putting him in the back seat, and I'm like letting everybody else drive the car. And it's like, I came to that realization, like, you're messing up. You're not walking in your purpose. And so I'm super excited because right now I'm at a place where my deepest desire, the thing that I want most is to do his will, to bring glory and honor to his name. That is so much more important to me than anything else that this world can offer. My favorite scripture, I call it my mantra. It's like my motto. It's what I live by daily, is Matthew 6:33, which says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all the other things will be added unto you." And so that simply means we're not here to run after cars. We're not here to run after a husband. We're not here to run after money. We're not here to run after, glory for ourselves. Our purpose is to praise and to honor and to bring glory to God. And then all that other stuff will come if it is his will for your life. And the moment that I realized that those things are insignificant, and the moment that I realized that those things are just a bonus, but they are not my focus, child, let me tell you, life it came together so much better. So much better. And I started to be blessed on blessed on blessed. I mean, things just started coming to me, and I'm just like, well, thanks God, but I don't even care about that stuff. I mean, I appreciate it, but I just want you. I just want you, God. And so, this journey has been so bomb. I am just so satisfied. I am so content with God alone. And that's the place that I wanted to be at. And I'm just so happy that I'm getting there. I'm getting there. My quiet time is spent with this here, with my word, and with this here, my journal. And I just lay before his feet and I just talk to him. And I'm like, God, talk back to me. What you want me to write down? And I'm just writing down whatever it is that he's putting on my heart. And it's so very amazing. It is just, oh, I wish I could let you feel what I feel. Because if you felt this, you wouldn't want anything else. It's just the best feeling in the world. I'm speechless right now. I'm still talking, but I'm speechless because I'm just so very happy. I want to read for you Matthew 5:13 through 16. And it says, you are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. And so that's what this channel really should be about. Yes, about the locks. Yes, about, helping each other, giving each other tips, being natural, loving ourselves for who we are and not feeling like we have to, do what society is telling us in the expression of our hair. But let's be real. This outer body is just a shell. The locks, the skin, the hair, the nails, the clothes, all of that's gonna fade away. All of it's gonna fade away. Hear me and hear me well. This shell is very much temporary. But your soul, that's the real you. That's the real thing that we need to spend more time cultivating. We need to put more effort, more energy into getting the inside right. Because the inside is what's important. That's what's going to last. Your inside is eternal. And it's either going to be eternally in heaven or eternally in not heaven. You know where that is. And so it is so important. It is so important right now that you begin to make a decision as to what you want to do with your life, and to really keep in mind the end. The end. Keep the end in mind when you're making your daily decisions, because our society, if you can't tell, if you haven't been able to notice, our society is pretty much doomed. Honestly. Without a savior, I'm telling you, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And so you need someone to cling to. The world is looking for answers. And the answer is right here in the good book, okay? Look no further. And his word is true. And it's full of promises, and he's a promise keeper. He's not a man, so he doesn't lie. And so we can rely on it. It's thorough and it's real. And so I got off work today and I was feeling a little tired, and I said, so what? So what? Tired for what? I needed to get on YouTube, and I needed to talk to you all tonight. And I needed to tell you, yes, about my new diet, and yes, about my fitness journey, but so much more important, I wanted to share with you my spiritual journey. It's been so awesome. It's been so awesome, and I haven't been able to even tap into just how amazing it is. But I do want to just tell you that God is real. God loves you. He wants to have a relationship with you, and it's just that simple. Get to know him. Spend some time with him. It's the best decision you will ever make. I assure you that. It is by far the best investment that you can make with your time. And so that's it. That's all I wanted to share. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted you to know that I am so blessed and I am so happy, and God is so good, and I'm not special. If he will do that for me, he will certainly do it for you. And so guys, I'm gonna go, but before I do have some lock content coming soon. I got 2 ideas that I really want to get recorded. And y'all forgive me. I know that locks are the focus of this channel, and I have done a terrible job at keeping up with that. Sometimes I just feel like the ideas I have are kind of redundant. You know, it's been done before. Like if I see another video about coconut oil, I'm going to scream. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get it. You know, people want to see something new and something fresh. And there are a lot of wonderful lock channels right now. I mean, I have been really enjoying you all, the newer channels that I've been seeing. Like, kudos to you. Y'all are going hard in the paint right now. And so it's a lot of videos out there. I know you're not missing anything with me not making anything, but I want to bring something fresh. I don't want to do something someone else has already done or something someone has already said. And sometimes I feel like, well, the content that I want to create, you may already know how to do this certain bun, or you might already know this certain tip, but I just need to push past that and just make it anyway. So I'm going to do better about that. But again, I do have 2 ideas in the forefront of my mind, and I need to go ahead and execute them before somebody else thinks of them. So be looking out for that. And be looking out for more videos where we just chat. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but you can anticipate that I'm going to want to talk a little bit more about my spiritual journey and the other journeys that I mentioned earlier in this video. So yes, guys, it's so good to be with you again. Like I said, I miss you dearly. Thank you for holding me down, and thank you for supporting me as always. Please don't unsubscribe just because I'm talking about Jesus. Some more content for Dreads is coming, but you need this too. This is important. So stick around. All right, y'all. Enjoyed you, and I will see you in the next video.